Hi, soul friends. It's Anasa Saintpur, and welcome back to another short solo episode of the Minutes on Growth podcast. With Valentine's Day coming up, I wanted to record something a little different than the general content around Valentine's Day. Because lately, in my sessions and in conversations with people in my community, I've been hearing that a lot of those folks who celebrate Valentine's Day are feeling stress this year, whether it's because of finances, the state of the economy, or simply the emotional heaviness that can come from the state of the world. For that last piece, especially, I recently came across a beautiful reflection from another therapist about the importance of intentionally seeking micro joys while moving through big pain. Those small, meaningful moments that don't erase what's hard, but gently remind our nervous system that warmth, connection, and goodness still exist alongside it. And for the former, I want to gently remind you that despite what social media might suggest, romance is not about money. It's about attention and thoughtfulness. Now, that's not to say that money isn't important or that it's bad. Quite the contrary. Money can be a beautiful, expansive tool that enhances the quality of our lives when used intentionally. But in the realm of love, money doesn't automatically equal to romance. Because at the end of the day, love isn't built on grand gestures once a year. It's built in the small, intentional, micro moments of connection we create every single day. So, today we're going to be talking about how to make Valentine's Day special in a meaningful, grounded, emotionally connected way. And because some of the most powerful things you can do cost absolutely nothing. For example, you could write your partner a love letter. And I don't mean a quick I love you, I mean a real one. Tell them what you admire about them, or a memory that still makes you smile, or a moment when you felt especially grateful for them, or what you're excited to experience together in the future. There is something deeply regulating and bonding about being seen in words. A letter is something that they can come back to on hard days. It becomes emotional security and anchoring in paper form. Or you could also recreate your first date at home, play the same music, cook something simple, or even just sit together and talk about how you both felt when you first met. Romance isn't performance, it's presence. Speaking of presence and tying in to what I shared at the beginning about the state of the world, how we show up emotionally, especially during hard times, might look different. Because Valentine's Day doesn't land in a vacuum, life is still happening. Some people are dealing with long winters, work stress, financial pressure, family issues, emotional heaviness. For example, Iranians like myself worldwide are grieving the loss of 90,000 of our sisters and brothers back home who were massacred by the regime in the month of January as they were seeking regime change. And they were demanding freedom, as they were demanding their basic human rights. So, all of these circumstances can impact our moods, our energy levels, and our emotional capacity. So, loving someone well means being attuned to their emotional climate, not just the calendar. So, instead of asking, what big things should we do for Valentine's Day? You might ask, have you been feeling lately? What would feel supportive to you right now? Do you want connection? Do you want fun, rest, or space? Emotional attunement is one of the strongest predictors of relational satisfaction. It says, I see where you are, not where I wish you were. Sometimes the most romantic thing you can say is, I know you've been overwhelmed, and I'm here with you. Speaking of romantic, one gentle reminder, and which I like to bring up often in my couples therapy session, is that in general, the goal is to love our partners how they would like to be loved. And that necessarily is not how we would like to be loved. So, you've probably heard of the love languages from the five love languages by Gary Chapman. And Valentine's Day is the perfect time to actually use this knowledge. But if you haven't come across the five love languages before, then I'd like to take a moment and share them with you. So, Gary Chapman found that people experience love differently. We don't all see love the same way. And so he highlighted five of them, the first being words of affirmation. So verbal appreciation and encouragement, for example. The second of acts of service, helpful actions that can ease someone's life. So in this case, your partner's life. Receiving gifts. So the thoughtful tokens that symbolize care. Quality time, which is undivided attention and shared experiences. And lastly, physical touch. So affectionate, comforting contact. Knowing your partner's primary love language. So I need to mention this that as I was sharing those five, you're probably thinking to yourself, I love all five. Give me them all. But we all have a primary love language, the one that speaks the most to us. And so knowing your partner's primary love language helps you express love in a way that truly lands for them, not just in a way that feels natural to you. In other words, it's like about giving love. It isn't about giving love the way you naturally do. It's about giving love the way your partner receives it best. So, for example, I might be a great gift giver, but my partner's primary love language might be quality time. So while I'm inclined to give them the best gift ever for Valentine's Day, it might be more meaningful to them that we spend undivided time together playing a board game. So now that we know what the five love languages are, here are some suggestions for each one. If your partner's love language is words of affirmation, then write them a note, send a thoughtful text during the day. Tell them specifically what you appreciate about who they are and not just what they do. Or be their biggest cheerleader, cheer them on. If they have a project coming up or an assignment, cheer them on. Use your words to remind them of the beauty that you see within them, the greatness that you see within them, the light that you see within them. Next up, we have acts of service. Take something off their plate. Clean, cook, run an errand, fix something that they've been putting off. Acts of service say, I care about your stress level. And I'm going to take it off without you needing to say anything to me. So that proactive nature of the act can actually enhance the experience as well. Next up, quality time. Put your phones away, go for a walk together, have a deep conversation, play a game, watch a show, and actually cuddle and talk about it after. Presence is the gift. Next up, we have physical touch, longer hugs, sitting close, holding hands, a back rub, gentle, affectionate touch increases oxytocin and feelings of safety. And lastly, receiving gifts. This doesn't have to be expensive. A favorite snack, a printed photo of the two of you, a flower that you picked on a walk. The meaning matters more than the price tag. And If you do have the financial means to go all out and that feels joyful and aligned for the both of you, that's beautiful too. Whatever works for your relationship. So now I want to name this gently. If you are in a season of financial constraint and your partner is expecting something expensive, it's okay and actually healthy to have that conversation with them. This can actually be an opportunity for deeper connection, letting them into your internal inner world. And that might sound like, I know that gift means a lot to you, and I wish I could do that right now. But at the moment, I'm not in a place financially to make that happen, but I still really want to make you feel loved and special. Open, honest conversations about money build emotional safety. They help you move from secrecy or pressure into teamwork. It shifts the dynamic from me versus you to us as a team, navigating life together. And just because you can't show up financially in that way doesn't mean you can't show up in other meaningful ways, like we've discussed, through presence, effort, care, and emotional availability, because that too is love. So, yes, loving someone in their language says, I took the time to learn how your heart works. How beautiful is that? Because at the end of the day, don't we all have the same desire to feel seen, heard, understood, and valued? Which brings me to this. Valentine's Day is beautiful, but a healthy relationship is built in the ordinary Tuesdays. You don't have to show up perfectly every day because life happens, stress happens, we get tired, we get distracted. But what matters is the intentional effort we put in to show up to the best of our ability, whatever our best looks like that day. So it's waking up and thinking and praying, how can I show up for us today, even in a small way? It's a powerful prayer that I recommend everyone who's in a relationship to practice. Waking up and asking the universe, or just going within and checking in with yourself, how can I show up for this relationship today? Research from John Gottman at the Gottman Institute shows that strong couples, they maintain about a 5-to-1 ratio of positive to negative interactions. So 5 positive to every 1 negative. That's how we balance the scales. That means small daily kindnesses, smiles, gratitudes, affection, humor. They create emotional resilience in the relationship. Think of these positive interactions as deposits in our relational piggy bank so that when stressors come up, when there's conflict, when there's arguments, we have a heavy and positive piggy bank to credit from. The Gottmans also talk about the importance of turning towards our partner's bits for connection. So when they share something small, ask for attention, make a joke, or just sigh after a long day, those are invitations. And responding with warmth instead of distraction builds trust over time. These are all evidence that love isn't proven in grand gestures. It's proven in daily responsiveness. So this Valentine's Day, remember that love is not about impressing the world. It's about nourishing the person beside you. It's in that letter, in the listening, in the hug that lasts a little longer and a little tighter. It's the choice to show up again and again every single day. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be intentional. So happy Valentine's Day, soul friends. May your love feel safe, seen, and deeply valued. Thank you for listening. Speak soon.